A railway line bringing passenger trains into Warsaw from southeastern Poland on Sunday was damaged by an explosion that authorities determined was an act of sabotage, the Prime Minister said. Unfortunately, the worst fears have been confirmed, Prime Minister Donald Tusk said in a statement Monday. An act of sabotage has occurred on the Warsaw-Lublin route. An explosion has destroyed the railway track. According to Associated Press, 2 passengers and several staff members were on the train but no injuries were reported, officials said. A train driver on the line between Warsaw and Lublin reported track irregularities around 7:40 a.m. Sunday. Further inspection determined there was damage to a section of track near the village of Mika, about 100 kilometers southeast of Warsaw, and another location on the route, officials said. The perpetrators will be caught, regardless of who is behind them, said Tusk, who called the incident an unprecedented act of sabotage. Polish authorities have detained dozens of people over suspected sabotage and espionage since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022.
Ukrainian forces have made gains near Kupiansk, advancing north of Pishchany, located southeast of the city, according to the Institute for the Study of War, ISW. American analysts note that Ukrainian forces are holding their positions and achieving local successes in central Kupiansk and east of Petropavlivka, areas where Russian sources had previously claimed to have troops. At the same time, ISW does not confirm claims by Russian military bloggers about the supposed capture of Sobolivka or Russian advances east and south of Kupiansk, east of Kurilivka, or west of Pishchani and near Kamianka. Russian presence in Kupiansk is shrinking, with fewer than 50 soldiers remaining in the city. They are cut off from each other and from the Russian forces due to disrupted logistics, said Viktor Trehubov, head of communications for the Joint Forces grouping. According to Trehubov, the situation has become more difficult for the enemy, as Russian forces now remain only in the northern parts of the city. Intercepts indicate that there are slightly fewer than 50 of them left. They are effectively isolated from one another and from their main forces because logistics have been very effectively disrupted. Despite attempts by the enemy to bring in reinforcements or send small groups into the town, these efforts are nearly impossible now due to the high activity of Ukrainian drones. He added that the situation in Kupiansk has shifted somewhat, becoming slightly more favorable for Ukraine. However, he stressed that the situation remains difficult. Trehubov also noted that, realizing their failure in the town, Russian forces have shifted their main efforts to areas east and south of Kupiansk. There, they are trying to eliminate the Ukrainian bridgehead on the left bank of the Oskil River. If they could achieve this, it would create such problems for the town that Ukrainian logistics there might not survive, and then holding the city would become very difficult, he said. But for now, according to Trehubov, these attempts have also failed. He added that Ukrainian forces see the shift in Russian efforts and are responding accordingly. According to several RBC Ukraine sources, there were previously around 70 Russian soldiers in Kupiansk. In September, Russian forces managed to break into the town by using a gas pipeline, sharply escalating the situation in this direction. Enemy sabotage groups entered Kupiansk from the north. Later, Ukrainian forces blew up the pipeline used by the Russian soldiers, forcing them to cross the Oskil River on rafts and boats. It was also reported that Ukrainian forces are preventing Russian troops from fortifying positions in the northern part of Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. Despite the enemy's attempts to hold their positions and build defenses, Ukrainian units have been actively counter-attacking in recent days and pushing the enemy back from the consolidated positions. According to the latest data from the General Staff, there were 172 combat engagements between Ukrainian defense forces and Russian troops over the past day. In the Kupiansk direction alone, there were 11 Russian attacks, and Ukrainian forces repelled assaults in the areas of Kupiansk, Novosinove, Petropavlivka, Pishchani, and Lushkivka.